This is a public service announcement brought to you by Driftin' Ziggy Gaming. Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. It is your boy Zach and we're here to talk to you about the different biomes that are going to be upgraded. So the newest one to be announced, or at least trailer released, was for the mountains, and I wanted to kind of point out something about why I think it really does need an upgrade. Do you see these mountains in the background? I mean, they're just not right. So they're talking about adding snow blocks and snowy peaks, and I think that's what it really does need. I mean, it just needs better generation and just a much more scenic sort of snowy peak at the top. You know, that just is going to look magnificent. And so that is the most recent one, is mountains. And they just mentioned snowy peaks, snow blocks, and mountain goats. The other one is the Badlands. So I have a map here in my hand, and I'm going to go take a walk over to the Badlands, and we're going to talk about the Badlands for just a quick second. I just thought I'd point this out before I completely leave. Have you ever seen a village spawn so close to an actual flower forest? It's kind of my unicorn is to find a village that's in a flower forest. This one is pretty darn close. That's why I've kept this seed around. Plus, it's got some really scenic areas. I mean, you know, beautiful flower forest, village, mountains in the background, spruce forest here. Evil skeletons amiss somewhere. I should probably put my sword back in my hand. Well, I just happened to notice that all of the biomes are going to be in this one. So here's the swamp. So the swamp actually has something that I'm really excited about, and let's talk about that. It has boats with chests. So imagine how nice it would be to be able to store all of this lovely stuff right here in a chest like this. But right now, hello? I can't put this in here. No. So all of my stuff might just end up in this swamp, being held by drowns. All bad. The other things they're adding are going to be frogs, which I'm not exactly super stoked about. I mean, unless I can eat them. Eat some frog legs, maybe? I'll eat some frog legs. Probably not a very saturated sort of thing. Alright, how far do we have to go here? These are also some good examples of some mountains. I mean, that could definitely be fixed. But these, right here, this could be so much more scenic with some snow caps on them, you know. Mountain goats sprinkled here and there, headbutting the nice pumpkins. And here we are, home sweet home. The Badlands. At least home sweet home for this seed for me. Now let's talk about the Badlands, because this one irked me, and it's the one I wanted to talk about the most, because I think the mountains is just a no-brainer. It's gonna win, and it's going to be beautiful if they do it right. The swamps are the most useful, because boats with chests are the most useful, especially early game. But the mesas, okay, the Badlands, whatever we're calling them nowadays, they just need some help. So one of the things they're going to add is vultures, right? They're going to be flying around in the sky, and they're going to add cactuses. But let's get back to the vultures. What are they going to eat? Vultures eat dead animals. There's no animals that spawn in the mesa or the Badlands at all. I mean, there might be an occasional animal here, but I don't think that's possible, even if it's a biome crossing. So there's a problem. The vultures are going to be basically dying themselves because there's going to be no food unless they're considered our food source. So the reality is that we're here to eat the things that are here to eat the dead things. And that is how you would survive out here in the mesa. Because technically, and I've talked about this before, I think the mesa is the hardest biome to survive in if it's a world that has no random generation around the outside of it. So if this is a 100% mesa and it's a really big one, and you just want to live here and survive, you're going to have to bring in outside food sources because there is nothing here except death. And the only death is going to be that of the vulture because I ain't dying out here. Now, the other part of it is the cactus. See this? This cactus? It's just a cactus. You can make green dye out of it, and you can make a garbage can out of it. See? Here, have some bread. Now, what do I think they're going to do with the cactus? The one in the picture showed that it would have some kind of berry, which would be nice, because that would mean that it would be another food source out here. However, that does not feed the vultures. That's just us. So basically, both vultures and cactus berries will be our food source out here in the mesa. Isn't that lovely? You get to eat nasty birds and berries from a prickly pear, right? Lovely. Okay, so enough talk about that. If you want to comment down below and tell me what biome you think should win, should it be the swamp where you get some boats with some chests? Should it be the mesa, Badlands, where you get some birds and some possible berries? I'm not even sure if that's what they're going to add. Or should it be the mountains where you get lovely peaks and mountain goats? Yeah, and a different snow block, which I guess could be cool. We should put this in our offhand. Yeah, because it's dangerous out here. There's zombies and creepers and skeletons. Oh my. So, if you like today's video, leave a like. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. Other than that, it's your boy Zach, and I'm getting the heck out of these Badlands, because I don't want to be eaten by the vultures when they come. So, that's a thing. I'm out.